Warning: this program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Nothing here to see, just a kid like me, trying to cut some teeth, trying to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm here trying to figure it out. Getting hard to sleep, blood is in my dreams. Love is killing me, trying to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm still in here trying to figure it out. I let it go, cause I won't see you later when we're not allowed to talk it out. I said I'd go, put myself on show, but I'm soon trying to figure it out. I blow my shoe, take the bet on you, but you didn't know I planned it out. I said I'd go, yeah, I won't see you later when we're not allowed to figure it out.
Look out below, oh let it go. Look out below, I'm falling completely. I lost control, I let it go. Now I can see so clearly around me everything I need. Look out below.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ECW episode 11. What an announcement right before. What a way to kick off episode 11. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Royal Rumble is coming for the very first time in Extreme CAW Wrestling. And I have been waiting to tell you guys this for weeks. But man, it is finally coming. The next CPV for Extreme CAW Wrestling, the Royal Rumble is coming, and it is coming soon, folks. But we have an episode for you tonight. JWG goes up against ATA. Look at this massive six-man tag match. Shant and the Misfits going up against the DOA six-man tag. Eric Samoyd defending the YouTube title against Mark Brandle. And of course, our giant main event here, ladies and gentlemen, Tyrant, NANOOK of the North, Papu, and Brent, all going for what they want the most, and that is the number one contendership for the ECW title. And here comes one of those competitors right now, folks. The end of episode 10, as you saw if you watched it, Brent once again screwed out of a title opportunity, and here he comes, not down the ramp, but through the crowd, and not looking very happy at all, folks. Last week on episode 10, Brent, of course, was once again, I wouldn't say cheated out of a title shot, but metaphor seemed to have performed another disappearing act where he somehow, some way, vanished from the ring right in the middle of their match. Brent obviously livid after that happened. Brent coming out here obviously has something to say before his fatal four-way number one contendership match, because he feels that he doesn't need to be in a number one contendership match and that he's still owed a title shot one-on-one. Let's see what he has to say here. Wait a second, here comes Tyrant, another competitor in the Fatal 4-Way match, a longtime rival of Brent. Interrupting Brent in the middle of his speech here. Yes, they do. Tyrant and Brent going way back, almost 10 years ago, these two. Tyrant with some bold words here. Oh, look at that. Tyrant coming out here, laying down the line with Brent, calling him out, saying that he's not the only one going for a #1 contendership tonight, and he's going to have to go through Tyrant to get it. Look at Brent. The look in his eyes. That is gearing up to our wonderful main event here, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty more to come. I am, of course, your host, Mick McMichael. So happy you could join us here Sunday, January 29th. And what a night we have in store. We just came off the heels of the Royal Rumble, folks. That is right. 30 of ECW superstars will be competing in the ring at the end of Royal Rumble to compete for, of course, the #1 contendership spot. Of course, I will explain more as we get closer to the date. But what a night that is going to be, folks. We got the huge Royal Rumble match. We already have some matches booked, including the tag team #1 contenders, the Misfits, will be going up against Chi-Town Slide for the tag team titles at Royal Rumble. So excited we could finally announce it. I was holding my tongue on the last episode. I didn't want to spill the beans, excuse me. Still early, folks. And, you know, Royal Rumble is a very special event on its own. ECW has never held anything like it before, so this is truly, truly one of a kind, the first of its kind in Extreme CAW Wrestling, and I am very excited to see it, folks. Here comes one of the men that will more than likely be competing in that Royal Rumble. His name is Chad. He is a recent new member of the DOA here. Going to be going up against the man who made his debut on the last episode against one of his new comrades, and that, of course, is Wesley UNDERHOOK. The man he will be facing tonight will be HALE. Chad certainly has his hands full, but what a proving ground it would be for Chad to come out on top here and defeat the very powerful-looking HALE. I'm sure that would send him up the ranks in the very strong-looking DOA over the past couple weeks. But here he comes now, folks. Made his debut on the last episode as HALE. Dropped the HALE Lewis. HALE seeming to be under a spell by metaphor as he was captured months ago on D-League when he was partnering with his partner Rory McCreary on D-League, making his debut there. He was stolen from D-League, essentially. But here he comes, a new man. Who even knows if this is a man anymore? He looks like an absolute demon. He fights like one too, folks. Still to come later tonight, folks. We are only on the first match. Plenty more to come, but we got the Hardcore Championship on the line. Antonio the Awesome coming back from injury last episode, on episode 10, and laying down a challenge for the now Hardcore Champion, John Wayne Glover. Laying down a challenge, asking him to put his belt on the line this episode, and that is exactly what's happening, folks. JWG will go head-to-head in ATA later tonight for the Hardcore Championship. And also still to come, Mark Brandle. Mark Brandle, folks, getting his first title shot in Extreme CAW Wrestling against none other than the YouTube champion Eric Samoyd, who has had his hands full in the past few weeks with a problem of zone. Of course, that is Abraham Little, but I must argue, folks, that is something Eric Samoyd started when he SKO'd Abraham Little's father. Plenty more to come, that massive six-man tag match, and of course, again, the main event, Fatal 4-Way, folks. But first of all, we got a match to call. Let's kick off the night in style, and here we go. HALE versus Chad, kicking it off with a very powerful belly-to-belly suplex. Chad will have to use his speed to his advantage, as he always does. Chad, obviously a true high flyer, has been in the ECW for years and years and years. bringing experience to the table, but that's not to say that HALE's sheer strength cannot overpower him here. Look at this. Look at this. German suplex. Almost breaking Chad in half there. HALE again brought on by Metaphor to sort of, I guess, bolster his forces in a sense when you go up against the entirety of the DOA, folks. You're gonna have to call in reinforcements somewhere. And being an ECW champion, finding reinforcements out of nowhere is not the easiest thing to do. You can imagine after his disappearing act on the last episode, Metaphor, the ECW champ, wherever he may be, will be watching our main event, the Fatal 4-Way, very closely tonight. And of course, HALE coming off a victory last episode against Wesley UNDERHOOK. Can he do it here against Chad? Looking good early on. And we got a pin here. Is this going to do it? A huge... Oh, but Chad almost getting pinned there by a huge clothesline by HALE. HALE not laying off the abuse here. And look at this, spinning. Slam right down to the mat, followed up by an elbow drop by HALE. We also have a women's championship #1 contendership match here tonight, folks, where Dixie will go head-to-head against the very hot and very on-fire Hattorii Hanzo. She has not let up in terms of overall just momentum. The past couple matches Hattorii has had, she not only has beat Kimberly Page in a non-title match, she beat Ava Dawn on episode 10, and tonight she goes up against, in what is a Night of Champions rematch, against Dixie, the woman that defeated her at Night of Champions to win that women's title. And of course, that is a thing of the past, as we now have Kimberly Page as the women's champion. Watching on as these two go head-to-head to see who will face her at the Royal Rumble. So now HALE back in the ring. Chad is not moving on the outside after a body slam there. Now coming back into the ring just in the nick of time here. And HALE going for Chad, not getting there in time. Chad now taking advantage of a Russian leg sweep down to the mat. Chad holding his own here against HALE. We got a pin here, another pin, two count. HALE kicking out. Snapmare there by Chad. There it is, the speed coming into play. True technical wrestler. Chad is. There's another snapmare, this time following it up with a headlock. Oh no, an arm stretch of some sort. Almost yanking that shoulder out of socket, but now HALE with a headbutt. Oh, Chad! Going for a cheap shot, taking out the knees of HALE. Referee, the knees have been taken out by HALE. Can he kick out of that? That looked like he could have broken his leg there almost. Oh, and now look at this. Chad capitalizing with a Shining Wizard. A Shining Wizard. We haven't seen that in a while. Looks like HALE might be busted open. That knee connected with HALE's face, and still, Chad's special move is not enough for HALE to be put down. Oh, but wait a second now. HALE setting up for a shell shock, his special move. The Shining Wizard wasn't enough to keep HALE down, but is this? Oh, look at the impact, folks. Look at the impact. Blood or not, HALE has just landed a shell shock on Chad, and that is enough. That is all she wrote. Who can put a stop to HALE in the DOA, folks? Wow. Chad with a Shining Wizard, who seemed to bust HALE wide open there. But nonetheless, look at his headbutt here. Oh, right in the face of Chad, but then Chad returned the favor with a huge drop kick to the knees, which capitalized, weakened HALE's legs, and there you see it right there. The Shining Wizard right to the face. Thought that would put HALE away, but just milliseconds away from a victory. HALE is able to kick out, and right there, the shell shock. Look at that impact. Chad's skull bouncing off the mat, and HALE has just picked up his second straight win in Extreme CAW Wrestling. What a force this man is set to be in Extreme CAW Wrestling under the Dark Lord Metaphor. Wow. Blood and everything, HALE doesn't seem to care, has just defeated another member of the DOA, would seem who's next on HALE's list. Be seeing him in the Royal Rumble, I imagine. Oh, folks, here he is, the YouTube champion in the back with our backstage announcer, Eric Simpson. Let's see what he has to say. He does have a point there. Some bold words there from the YouTube champion, Eric Samoyd. Not necessarily calling out Abraham Little, but certainly not calling him out either. Almost insulting the integrity of his father, who came to ringside simply to support his son in that match, where Abraham Little is fighting for the YouTube championship, and doing quite well, might I add. Until, of course, Eric Samoyd pulled a fast one on him and did that. Eric Samoyd seems to have no remorse over the damage he's done to Abraham Little's father. You gotta wonder, will this feud be cut off here tonight? Or is Abraham Little not done with the YouTube champion? Is that enough? Here comes the man that lost to HALE, who just won his match against Chad. Of course, this is Wesley UNDERHOOK, another newly reinstated member of the DOA. Gotta wonder how big is the DOA gonna grow until it's completely out of hand, folks. Wesley has his hands full tonight as he goes up against the man we were just talking about. Abraham Little's father, just recently released from hospital as he was recovering from injuries he sustained from that SKO from Eric Samoyd. Abraham Little issued a statement before tonight's event that he will no longer be I'm sorry to laugh, folks, but he will be no longer inviting his father to ringside until this has boiled over from Eric Samoyd. Look at that drop kick there to kick off the match. Abraham Little, love him or hate him, he is one of the most entertaining superstars in ECW today, and on top of that, because of the injury sustained to his father, it seems like he's had a new burst of energy since then. Almost like he's fighting with a chip on his shoulder. Obviously has his father in the back of his mind from the injuries he sustained from that SKO, but you gotta wonder, has the injury to Abraham Little's father even propelled him further to do as well as he's been doing in these matches as he goes up against Wesley UNDERHOOK of the DOA here in one-on-one action. You gotta wonder, Abraham Little must be fighting for Papu Little in there. These two superstars as well, ladies and gentlemen, 30 Extreme CAW Wrestling superstars will battle it out at the Royal Rumble. And of course, the winner of that match will be #1 contender to the Extreme CAW Wrestling title. And they can choose to challenge the champion whenever they want. It's not the same concept as a Money in the Bank, but it is similar. The only difference between Money in the Bank is you can literally challenge the champion anytime you want. It doesn't need to be a match. For the Royal Rumble winner, you do need to schedule a match. You can't just come out and necessarily cash your Royal Rumble win in. I digress again on the night of and the night before. Oh, look at this. A huge sidekick to Abraham Little. I'm talking too much and not paying attention because Abraham Little might be wrapping this up with a 450. 450 splash. Abraham Little's special move. Is this going to put Wesley away? Yes, it is. 1, 2, 3. Nice and quick. Abraham Little defeating Wesley UNDERHOOK without little problems. Here I am blabbering on about the Royal Rumble. Abraham Little's winning this match. Look at that. 450 splash. Huge splash. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Look who's in the ring behind Abraham Little. Turn around, Abraham. Look out. SKO. Eric Samoyd just landed SKO out of nowhere, just like he did his father. Cashing in on some redemption for Abraham Little's actions last episode where he blindsided him before a match. Eric Samoyd wasn't able to compete. But I guess this is Samoyd's way of ensuring that he can compete tonight when he defends his title against Mark Brandle, a huge, tough opponent that he needs to have all his marbles in his bag for. And here's another competitor we need to talk about tonight, folks. NANOOK of the North, 1/4 of our Fatal 4-Way main event tonight. Let's see what he has to say. What the hell is he talking about? Oh, may the sun and moon be with you too, Nanook. What the hell was he talking about here? Oh, look at this. DOA in the back. Not getting along by the looks of it. JP's not wrong. It's not even 25 minutes into the night and DOA's already taken 2 L's. And there's Torque Michaels, the ringleader. The kings of CAW wrestling. Give me a break. Scott Slick is not wrong. The entire locker room is against the DOA. Love it or hate it. It looks like Torque Michaels has a plan. Torque's got a plan up his sleeves, and that can never be good news for anybody in the backstage locker, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell is Torque Michaels up to? I have no idea, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Huge match for these two competitors. Dixie going up against HATORI Hanzo for the #1 contendership to face Kimberly Page at, of course, Royal Rumble. The next CPV for Extreme CAW Wrestling. We will have episode 11 here tonight. And, of course, one more episode before Royal Rumble. Where, of course, episode 12 will come out before. And we will have the finalists to our D-League Championship Tournament, folks. The finalists, as has been said before, the finalists of the D-League Championship Tournament will be competing for the D-League Championship at Royal Rumble. Can you imagine the opportunity for a D-League superstar to get on the match card for Royal Rumble, to not only be competing for the first ever D-League Championship in Extreme CAW Wrestling, but also be on a card with the main roster? Be able to meet some of these high-class, long-running superstars and, get some of their opinions, Don't bump into anybody from DOA, you won't like them. But I'm just saying, what an opportunity for these young superstars who are just trying to make their in CAW Wrestling. So, a lot on the line for those folks, and a lot on the line for these ladies, folks. So here we go. Dixie versus HATORI Hanzo, Night of Champions rematch. These two are very familiar with each other in the ring. And here we go. Dixie starting it off strong here. Going for a punch in the corner, but HATORI reversing it. This is going to be a tightly contested match, I have a feeling, folks. This is going to be a good one. HATORI Hanzo now with some shoulders to the sternum of Dixie. Obviously understands what Dixie is capable of, coming off a win at Night of Champions and winning that Women's Championship from HATORI Hanzo. On the flip side of that, like I said earlier, HATORI Hanzo has seemingly been unstoppable these past few episodes of ECW. Not even the women's champion herself was able to touch HATORI. She was defeated in non-title action. Hattori Hanzo tripping Dixie back down to the mat, trying to regain control, and she does just that. But no, Dixie pushing her away now. And now turning her around. What's she going for? A back suplex, and it lands. A huge back suplex by Dixie to Hattori. And now got her caught in the corner here. Oh, and a knee to... Oh, look at that. A knee right to the face. Dixie not laying off the pressure here from the ex-women's champion. Both of these ladies in here, ex-women's champions in Extreme CAW Wrestling. Both of them looking to hope to get that gold back. The ropes, Dixie going for it, but missing. Hattori coming off the ropes now, but Dixie still with a Hurricane Rana. What a move there by Dixie. Oh, and a knee to the back. That cannot feel too good. Your chiropractor's going to have a field day with that one, meat. More shoulders to the stomach there. Just try and whittle down your opponent until the moment is right, and you can hit that finisher on them. Finish them off. And that is all she wrote. So many great matches already happening at our CPV. We will be reviewing those, of course, later tonight. Once we have decided the number one contender here, we'll be reviewing the matches currently. There'll be plenty more to come. What a following Dixie has from these fans. Oh, and almost a 3 count there. Hattori Hanzo almost a 3 count. And fan favorite Dixie. Dixie with that incredible moonsault that she can pull off and put away an opponent very quickly. On the flip side of that, of course, you have Hattori Hanzo's X Factor that has been putting her opponents away quite quickly as well. Both can come out of nowhere. Look at that hip toss there. Hattori Hanzo looking incredible in the ring right now. And now an octopus stretch. Dixie just getting her hands on the ropes there. Look at this, over the ropes, and it lands. What a body splash. Able to turn her body in midair. Look, is she going to go for it again? And does it again! 2 body splashes. That's got to hurt Hattori Hanzo's chances of that number one contendership spot. As again, these two ladies just trying to weaken each other down. But wait a second, we've seen this before. A huge DDT by Dixie now. And what's she going to do? Elbow to the back, just trying to work her down into a 3 count, getting pretty close. Oh, but look at this. Oh, and oh my goodness, flipping over the back of Hattori Hanzo now. And right in the middle of the ring, no rope break here, too. And oh, Dixie almost getting that number one contendership that she fights so hard for. And now, not laying off the pressure. Again, going for another pin after that facebuster, too. And that's got to be, oh my goodness. Gotta think, is that a questionable call for Dixie to not go for the moonsault there? Oh, but wait a second. Out of nowhere, the X Factor. Get the hell out of the way, ref. Jesus. Out of nowhere, the X Factor. Is this gonna do it? Oh, no! Dixie just kicking out. Look at this match, folks. What a match between the Night of Champions rematch and another DDT coming to Hattori Hanzo now. Is this one gonna put her away? If Dixie can land a moonsault on Hattori Hanzo here, this could put her away for good. Is this going to do it too? Look at all the pins here, folks. Now you can tell we're getting into the thick of it with the match here. Oh, but wait a second. It's a camel clutch. No, just slamming Dixie down to the mat. What a back and forth contest here with what would seem to be nearing the end of the match, and Dixie going flying into the barricade. Hattori Hanzo, no care for her competitor's well-being here. Dixie slowly stalking her prey, getting back into the ring. Hattorii giving her space. Oh, but look at this. Hattorii getting in the way. Hattorii getting in the way of the referee. Oh, but capitalizing on the distraction. Sorry, folks, I've had a lot of caffeine if I'm stuttering a lot. The referee getting knocked down provided just enough of a distraction for HATORI Hanzo to take out Dixie's legs, and now another X Factor right in the middle of the ring. A second X Factor to Dixie, and this could do it. I don't know how she can kick out of this one, folks. 1, 2, HATORI Hanzo is going to the Royal Rumble as your number 1 contender. Wow. It may not have been 100% fair, folks, but it was smart. You got to give HATORI Hanzo that. Whether it was accidental or not, the referee got taken out there, seemed to get into the scuffle. HATORI Hanzo accidentally taking down the ref. The referee was down there, provided just enough right there. Look at this kick. Oh! Reminiscent of the women's champion, Kimberly Page. Referee was down right there. X Factor, second one, and that is going to do it for Dixie. HATORI Hanzo is going to face Kimberly Page for the women's championship as she goes for her second championship reign in Extreme CAW Wrestling. Wow. What a match and what a performance put on by both of these superstars. But more so, HATORI Hanzo continues her hot streak as she has now beaten Kimberly Page, Ava Dawn, and Dixie in as many weeks, folks. Kimberly Page probably watching in the back, thinking, what have I got to do to defeat this woman in the ring right here? But we will find out at Royal Rumble, of course, ladies and gentlemen. And there's our tag team champion, Chi-Town Slide, doing absolutely nothing in the back. Oh, wait a second. Torque not even waiting for an answer. Oh, use the door, of course. Torque asking Chi-Town Slide for a possible favor. What the hell does that have to do with it? They want them to talk to somebody. What the hell is going on? I don't like it, but the DOA is up to something, folks. I have a feeling it's going to unfold somewhere here tonight. Oh, but wait a second. Here comes the man challenging JWG. This could be an absolute death wish for ATA. Like, I know ATA has an ego problem, but not to the point where you're just plain stupid. We've seen the damage that our hardcore champion John Wayne Glover can do to people. Scott Slight of the DOA is one of them. Many of JWG's opponents have met the same fate as Scott Slight, Yoshiharu Katari, Gasso, Chad, Mastodon. All of those guys have faced ATA seemingly with a full head of confidence coming into tonight's match as he challenges this man for the Hardcore Championship. Absolutely demented John Wayne Glover is. He seems to get high off of the use of weapons, off of gore, off of pure and utter brutality. I guess that's just the person you want for a hardcore title, isn't it, folks? Alright, so here we go, folks. ATA versus JWG. These two have gone head-to-head before, but it was in a fatal four-way match. One of the first episodes of our return. Which, of course, JWG was the winner in that match. Go figure, JWG winning a hardcore match. Shocker. Can he add ATA to that list tonight and defend his title right here on episode 11? Ladies and gentlemen, Mick McMichaels here once again. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are so happy to finally announce the Royal Rumble is our next CPV. I know a lot of you have been asking about it, whether we were going to ever have one. It was very tough to keep my mouth shut these past few episodes, but it is coming. It is on its way. And it will be on the YouTube airwaves pretty soon. JWG now. Oh man, with a huge clothesline, almost taking ATA's head off. ATA was away from that fatal four-way match, funny enough, on injury. He had torn his rotator cuff in that match, but is obviously back here and wanting to go for the gold right away. It's a hell of a way to get your welcome party set up there, Meat. But ATA has always been stubbornly confident in his ability in the ring. An ex-hardcore champion himself. Can he add to that repertoire here tonight? JWG just laying the smackdown on him. ATA trying to gain momentum somehow, some way, but not able to. JWG is strong, now looking like he's going for a weapon, going for something. Oh no, but ATA now interrupting that. Jumping down onto JWG, but JWG throwing him right back in, and now he's got a steel chair. This could spell the end for ATA, and now look at this. Just sort of stalking his opponent. ATA ready for him, but not ready for that. And that looks like it just busted him wide open, folks. JWG slamming ATA over the head. Yeah, ATA is busted open here, folks. One chair shot is all it took to bust ATA wide open. How hard JWG must be swinging that chair in that ring. I do not envy anyone who gets to be on the receiving end of one of those chair shots. But this could spell the beginning of the end here for ATA. And now in the corner, JWG just manhandling him, throwing him into the ring post. ATA seems completely immobilized and stunned from that chair shot. Still hasn't recovered quite from it. Trying to get away, trying to regain composure. Stamina, whatever you gotta do. Just such a strong opponent in JWG here. Now stalking his opponent again, and now running at him with a huge big boot now. JWG. Oh, but wait a second. Who's that on the ramp? Wait a second. That's Blake. That's Blake Tedley. What the hell is he doing here? Blake Tedley is here. ATA's old partner in the wild cards is here, and because it's a hardcore match, there's no disqualification. What the hell is going on here, folks? Look at this, Blake Tedley. We haven't seen him in years. What is he doing here? ATA must have had this planned all along. Oh no, look at this. The double team now. A double choke slam onto the steel chair that JWG hit ATA with. Oh no. ATA with his ex-partner Blake Tedley. They've had problems in the past, but it wouldn't seem like they're having any problems here tonight, folks. What the hell is going on? Swinging neckbreaker. ATA's special move, and now setting up for what seems to be the elbow drop, Blake's special move. The hardcore champion is in a heap of trouble, and the elbow drop lands. What is going on here? The referee can't call DQ, and now a DDT. The referee can't call DQ on this knucklehead because it's a hardcore match. Oh, what the hell? Can somebody come and help the hardcore champion? Oh, onto the chair. JWG's head just smacked off of that chair, and now another elbow drop by Blake Tedley. This is an all-out assault that JWG didn't see coming. The wild cards, it would seem, are now working together again. One of the first tag teams in Extreme CAW Wrestling are here. And Blake Tedley just helped his ex-partner. Look at this. JWG doesn't know what to do. Oh, and ATA out of nowhere. JWG doesn't know who to go after. And another swinging neck breaker now. Oh my God. The match is still on. And now ATA with a third chair, bringing that into the ring. And what does he have planned for the hardcore champion? This is bad news, folks. This is bad news. No, we've seen this before. No, ATA, don't do it. Don't do it. No, God, no. ATA just kicking, stomping down on the chair that was around JWG's neck. And now pulling the hardcore champion into the middle of the ring. Blake Tedley is here. I don't know why he's here, but now ATA going for the pin. 1, 2, come on. 3. We got a new hardcore champion, folks. I don't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe what I've just seen. Blake Tedley, a face we haven't seen in Extreme CAW Wrestling in years, has just come back to help his ex-partner of the Wild Cards, Antonio the Awesome, out. These two have had disagreements in the past, but it doesn't matter, as Blake Tedley has seemingly just won the hardcore title for Antonio the Awesome. I'll tell you what, folks, going into tonight, I did not expect this to happen. Antonio making his return in style and has just won the Hardcore Championship in Extreme CAW Wrestling, and he looks quite content with that. You gotta wonder, is JWG in any shape to be fighting in future episodes of Extreme CAW Wrestling? Because he is not going to be a happy camper, folks, having lost the Hardcore Championship for a second time now. Second time he was cheated out of it. Holy moly, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Antonio the Awesome is your new Hardcore Champion. Wow. Speaking of potential new champions, folks, here is the man with a #1 contendership spot here tonight. Well overdue, in his own words, that he's been saying on social media all over the place, folks. This is Mark Brandle. Let's see what he has to say about his match here tonight. Wow, Mark Brandle with some strong words for the YouTube champion, strong words for the entire ECW roster, and there he is, Shant, in a 6-man tag match coming up. Oh, wait a second! That's Colossus! Was nowhere to be found on episode 10, folks, and there is Colossus Shant, obviously just getting ready for his match. That 6-man tag team match about to come down to the ring, but I guess that's not going to happen according to Colossus the Man, who he costed the ECW title at the main event of No Way Out. Colossus just now breaking his silence and going after Shant, and in a big way. Jesus, he's just manhandling him. Look at him. Oh my God. Throwing him around the back here. Can we get some help back here? Can somebody help? Colossus obviously not done dealing with Shant here. Oh my God, now throwing him into anything and everything he can find here in the back. We gotta get some help back here. Colossus is gonna tear this guy apart. Concrete floor is not meant to be fought on. Oh no, not... Oh God, into the TV stand there. And now oh Jesus, Shant's face right down into the concrete. How is he going to be able to compete in this match he's got coming up literally next, folks? If I'm not mistaken, the Misfits and him are supposed to face DOA. Colossus, of course, not affiliated with the... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. It's all coming back to me now. There's no way the DOA could talk to Colossus if he was in the building. Chi-Town Slide obviously has an yeah. Colossus may not be affiliated with the DOA anymore, but he does certainly have a bone to pick with Shant here. And Chi-Town Slide has a bone to pick with the Misfits. Oh, God damn it. Torque Michaels. Gotta give it to him. He's smart. He caused this. I guarantee it. Oh, God, no. Not a choke slam. A choke slam right onto the pavement. Right in the back. And Colossus has just absolutely demolished Shant. who is literally set to come out in, like, right now, folks. We got to get some EMTs back there because I don't know if he's going to be able to compete. I don't even know if the Misfits are aware of what has just happened there in the back. They might still think they have a third partner coming down to the ring for this 6-man tag match. Oh, man. Will Shant be able to come down to the ring even though he has just been brutally assaulted by the ex-ECW champion Colossus? Wow. Something is going on in the back, folks. Either certain factions and sub-factions that I don't know about. People are talking in the locker room. And now, it may not just be about the DOA. It might be about other things. There's something going on, folks, and I don't like it one bit. And I have a feeling if Shant is unable to come out here and compete tonight, the Misfits aren't going to like it one bit either. Because they'll be facing DOA in a 3 versus 2 handicap match. Now the entrance, we await Shant. As music comes on, he's expected to come out, but I don't know if he can honestly come out after that assault. Oh, come on. Doesn't look like Shant is coming out. Doesn't look like the DOA even wants to give him time to come out. They know what they've done. I know what they've done. Torque Michaels, the ringleader, the seemingly ringleader of this plan to take Shant out right before the match. The DOA, as you saw earlier tonight, arguing about how they've been really slacking in the wins column lately. And they have, folks. They really have. They have not looked strong in the past weeks. Losing a bunch of matches, being embarrassed. Torque Michaels obviously looking to put a stop to that right here, right now, tonight, as it seems like the DOA is going up against the Misfits in a 3 versus 2 handicap match. That has to be a benefit to the Chi-Town Slide, who will be facing them at Royal Rumble, as you have 3 of the strongest, most ruthless superstars in the ECW now facing your tag team challengers. Holy moly, it's almost genius. Never say never. The Misfits pulled a rabbit out of their hat before. They might just be able to do it here again tonight. As we have JP Requirement starting off very strong against Piss. Now Piss going for a quick tag here. Gets it off to Flair. Flair coming in with a full head of steam now. And coming right at JP Requirement. And a huge swinging punch, knocking JP right down to the mat. JP Requirement earlier tonight saying he was tired of being made fools of. Tired of the losing, tired of the tomfoolery, essentially, getting up in Scott Slikes' face. Not a person you want to get in their face, but I guess JP Requirement comfortable enough in his role in DOA to be doing that. Oh, and a punch down to the gut. Flair coming into this match very strong here. Now a sleeper hold on JP Requirement. Members of the DOA getting in. They can't break it up. Oh, yes, he can. Torque Michaels just getting in there in the nick of time. Piss not having any of it. Throwing the ex-YouTube champion out of the ring. And now look at this. A huge clothesline from JP Requirement to Flair. And now on the outside, Piss getting triple teamed here by DOA like a pack of hyenas. Look at him. Just attacking viciously. JP Requirement seeing Flair's back out, trying to protect his other 2 partners and doing a good job. The DOA absolutely manhandling the Misfits here. Oh, look at this, a clothesline. Torque Michaels helping out. JP's now back in the ring. What a mess this is, folks. This has potential to get way out of hand here. And look at this. Oh, going for a clothesline. JP misses, though. Flair back with a belly-to-back suplex. Oh, look at that move. Knee to the face by the looks of it. And now an elbow drop to follow it up. Flair. Oh, getting distracted by Scott Slike, but not having it. Saying, mister, not dealing with that. But of course, that was enough time to distract him from JP Requirement, really the man that matters, the legal man here. Oh, slam right down to the mat. JP Requirement has just been taken down. Piss see an opportunity, but so did Torque. Piss going flying over the top there, and now Scott Slike coming in to break up the pin. How the hell are the Misfits going to get a pin off here? Now another double team by the very powerful Scott Slike and Torque Michaels. JP Requirement still the legal man in here. Oh, and now look at this. What has he got set up here? Oh, and a knee to the face. A vicious knee to the face by JP Requirement, going for the pin here. Oh, Torque missing. Oh, and just kicking out in the nick of time. It's very hard to keep track of all these wrestlers. But Flair, just in the nick of time after that vicious knee to the face, followed it up with a vicious DDT here, and now pulling him into the center of the ring, trying to get him away from members of the DOA. Torque Michaels now breaking the pin up once again. How are they going to get a pinfall here? Too many members of the DOA. And now JP getting the tag off finally. Scott Slike going for a ride, a crossbody. Look at that. JP tossing Scott Slike onto Flair. Misfits ex-tag team champions here will have to pull out all the stops to try and beat the DOA in this match. I'm trying to call it right down the middle, folks, but it is not looking good for them. And Scott Slike getting into the corner there, running, and a knee to the face now. And now Scott Slike looking like he's going to set up for something. That vicious clothesline that he has in his arsenal can truly come out of nowhere. But look at this, speaking of coming out of nowhere, Piss now holding Scott Slike, but can he hold him? Scott trying to overpower him, trying to get out, and he does. An elbow to the face. There it is! There's the clothesline I was just talking about, folks. Absolutely coming out of nowhere. Is this going to do it for Flair? They are holding Piss back, and that's going to do it. Oh, no! Flair, some way, somehow able to kick out, and now bumps off. Oh, no! Another clothesline. In about 5 seconds, he's taken 2 of those clotheslines, and this has got to do it. That one is going to do it. And the DOA have just won this 3-on-2 handicap match against the Misfits. Thanks to 2 massive bullhorn clotheslines by Scott Slike. Span of about 10 seconds, Scott Slike was able to hit 2 of those clotheslines on Flair. The first one didn't put him away, but the second one sure did. Here's that sequence again, folks. Flair ducking under that clothesline, but now bumping off of Scott Slike, of course giving him enough time to land that second clothesline. DOA is back in the win column, folks. They can be happy about that. But nobody in the locker room, including the DOA, is probably happy about how they've done it. And they won't take responsibility for the attack on Shant. How could they? It was Colossus, a disbanded member of the DOA. You don't have me fooled. You don't have me fooled one bit. Not at all. Oh, and there's the GM right there. Oh, and there's Shant. Shant looks like he's able to walk at least. Just walked right into the GM's room. Oh, and look at that, asking the GM for a match at Royal Rumble, but will Donald Sinclair grant it? No DQ. Oh my God, Donald Sinclair has just granted Shant a match at Royal Rumble against Colossus. No disqualification. How about that, folks? Wow. How about that? Shant versus Colossus at Royal Rumble. What a match that is going to be. Shant, of course, essentially doing the DOA a favor, keeping Colossus out of their hands, and the DOA doing Shant a favor. So there you go. Colossus versus Shant, no disqualification match. That is going to be a real barn burner, as we saw earlier tonight, ladies and gentlemen. HATORI Hanzo is now the #1 contender for the Women's Championship. We'll be facing Kimberly Page and, of course, the Misfits going head-to-head against Chi-Town Slide for the Tag Team Championships. Those matches and plenty more to come, including the massive 30-man Royal Rumble, folks. What a night it has been. What a night that is going to be. And what a night we still have yet to come, as we have now the YouTube Championship on the line. Mark Brandle head-to-head with the YouTube champion, Eric Samoyd. And here he comes now. Mark Brandle, arguably one of the largest opportunities he has had in Extreme CAW wrestling, if not the biggest opportunity. Look at the focus in Mark Brandle's face. He is ready. He has been ready for a long time for this match. He can win the YouTube Championship right here tonight. Focus right there in the contender's eyes. A true competitor, a true contender, Mark Brandle, since making his debut, has blown ECW up on the main roster. But can he take this man down here tonight? Eric Samoyd, we saw him earlier tonight in that interview, but also saw him absolutely blindside Abraham Little, just to say, hey buddy, I got you back for last week. We're even now. Let's call it a truce. I bet you Eric Samoyd didn't suggest that, but hey, maybe that's what it could be chopped up to be. You never know. But Eric Samoyd obviously has his sights set on his competitor here in Mark Brandle. These two have never gone head-to-head in one-on-one action for the YouTube title. So here he comes now. Oh, look at the ramp, ladies and gentlemen. I almost expected it. There is Abraham Little now, taking Eric Samoyd down and throwing him into the ring, and the match has just begun. And here we go, Mark Brandle trying to capitalize on this, but no, Eric Samoyd realizes the match has begun. It's time to compete. There's no time to mess around with Abraham Little here. With a very powerful Mark Brandle in the ring, and here we go, folks. Two incredible superstars here in ECW. Oh, look at that! German suplex almost, but flipping Eric Samoyd right over, going for a quick pin there. Mark Brandle going into the ropes now and a knee to the face. Starting this match off very strong. Trying to capitalize on Abraham Little's blindside there. Abraham Little has now gone back up the ramp. Anything he can do to cost Eric Samoyd his YouTube championship, I'm sure Abraham Little will be thrilled about here tonight. Oh, and now working on the knees. Working on the legs of Eric Samoyd here. And now a sleeper hold. Oh, and he's got it locked in here. This could do it. This could do it. Eric Samoyd is in a predicament. Can he get out? How's he going to get out? Oh, and he spins around here and flips Mark Brandle over his shoulders. Look at that move. Eric Samoyd seemingly can get out of anything. Somehow weasel his way out of anything. It seems like he's been going back to his old ways. Now that he's got the gold around his waist, it would seem that championships often poison Eric Samoyd's repertoire. You know, Eric Samoyd going up against the DOA when he came back, fan favorite, of course, in that match, easily. But now that he's won gold once again in Extreme CAW Wrestling, it seems to have clouded his vision, where he's SKOing fathers and stuff like that. But Mark Brandle's dad is not here tonight. No family members ringside, so Eric Samoyd is on his own, and his own only there, against Mark Brandle. A man who could potentially be the new YouTube champion heading out of this event tonight. Brandle seemingly has the upper hand here in this match. Oh, look at that, a kick to the gut, sending Eric Samoyd flying. Now Eric Samoyd trying to turn the tables, quick elbow to the face there. Mark Brandle now down onto the mat. Eric Samoyd seemingly pulling him in for a pin. Here we go, we got a count here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Mark Brandle. Knee to the face. Eric Samoyd not going down. Mark Brandle now with an STO of his own. Laying on a flurry of punches to Eric Samoyd. Is that going to put him away? No, it is not. Almost a new YouTube champion there. Oh, now look at this. Oh, and a friggin' face to the turnbuckle there, folks. And a knee to the face to follow it up. The combos that Mark Brandle brings to the ring is just like, you think he's done this before, folks? Oh, and there's an STO from Eric Samoyd, one of his signature moves. Both of these superstars just laying a flurry of punches on each other. And now Samoyd trying to capitalize by weakening every part of Brandle's body, and now a pin here. No! Almost. Eric Samoyd almost defending his YouTube championship. Brandle fighting back here. What a match this has been, folks. Very even match here up to this point. And now, seems like a figure four leg lock almost. Now Brandle going up top. What's he got set up here? Going up. Oh, wait, an SKO! An SKO! Coming out of nowhere. We've seen that before. Eric Samoyd using that to his advantage. That's going to put Mark Brandle away. No, it's not. He kicks out somehow from the SKO. Brandle taking an SKO from the top ropes. A very risky maneuver when going up against Eric Samoyd, as that SKO can come out of absolutely nowhere, folks, as we just saw there. That was the SKO that put Torque Michaels away at No Way Out. And now we got another roll up here, another rope break. Samoyd desperately hanging onto the ropes when he gets rolled up there. Brandle not letting off the assault here, not letting off the pedal. He realizes that SKO could have easily put him away. Oh, and now Eric Samoyd coming back with a huge clothesline. Oh, but wait a second. Samoyd almost reversing it. Now reversing now with a kick to the gut. Getting very close here, folks. Anything will do it here. Both of these superstars, the fatigue is beginning to show on both of them. Samoyd trying to go for a quick pin. Is this going to do it? No. Not even a 2 count there. Oh, look at that. A kick to the head there. And now Mark Brandle setting up. He's got Samoyd in a predicament here. And yes, setting him up for a special move. Is it going to land? It does. The final roundup. Is this going to do it for Eric Samoyd? 2 and 3. Oh my God. Eric Samoyd. How is he able to kick out after a special move from Brandle and the assault he is currently taken on? The match still continues on. Man, this has got to be match of the night here, folks. I'm telling you. And now a sleeper hold to Mark Brandle. If he can put Brandle away, if he can choke him out here. No, he cannot. What a match this has been, folks. Got him in another leg lock here. Samoyd not able to grab onto the ropes from there. It doesn't matter. Brandle lays off. Either of these superstars land another special. I think that's all she wrote, folks. Oh, but wait a second. A lot of blood in this ring tonight, as I think Eric Samoyd has just been busted open as well. 2, no, not enough to put him away still. These two men are absolute fighters, folks. Absolute competitors. Will stop at nothing to get that gold around their waist. Brandle, and oh my goodness, did you see how close that count was? Brandle was almost crowned new YouTube champion once again. So close for Brandle. He can smell it. I'm sure he can taste it. He just needs to lock this win down. There's a rope break. If he can land one more special, we could be looking at a new YouTube champion. And now into the corner with a huge clothesline. Samoyd trying to regain his composure here. And now dragging Brandle into the middle of the ring. He's going to go for a pin here. What's he going for? Another stomp, just stomping down on Brandle here, continuing his assault, and now taunting and looking on the outside. Oh, wait a second. Sermon Bundy's coming down to the ring, folks. What's he doing? What is he? No, 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 no. Samoyd didn't want that to happen. Samoyd now going after Sermon Bundy. Sermon Bundy sticking his nose in the wrong business. Samoyd now. Oh, wait a second. Samoyd's been disqualified, but that doesn't mean the title's changed his hands. Mark Brandle is livid, and so is Eric Samoyd. I think Eric Samoyd still wanted a fair match. Sermon Bundy absolutely screwing that match up. Just think, Sermon. Think. You not only have just ruined Eric Samoyd's match against Mark Brandle, but you've ruined Mark Brandle's title shot in getting Samoyd disqualified there by interfering in the match. Mark Brandle arguably may have been our new YouTube champion tonight. May have been our new YouTube champion tonight, and he has just been screwed out of that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I guess, is Sermon Bundy's redemption on the almost YouTube champion Mark Brandle. That is not going to be the last we see of that, folks. Wow, and just like that, Eric Samoyd is still your YouTube champion here tonight on episode 11. But ladies and gentlemen, it has come very fast. Thank you once again for joining us here tonight. What a match we just saw in Eric Samoyd versus Mark Brandle. Could be match of the night, but I could be speaking too soon, because right here, right now, we have the main event, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, the fatal four-way for the number one contendership spot. Extreme Rules, and this is an elimination match. So once you are pinned, you are out of the match. 3 superstars, 2 superstars, 1 superstar, and the winner will face Metaphor at Royal Rumble for the Extreme CAW Wrestling Championship. That's right, folks. Huge opportunity for easily 4 of the top superstars in Extreme CAW Wrestling today. This man, of course, is NANOOK of the North. This man is Papu. Papu, what an opportunity it would be for him to get this number one contendership spot, go head-to-head with Metaphor at Royal Rumble. Once again, be in that title run. Papu always seems to find himself in, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute beast in Extreme CAW Wrestling. From day one, Papu has been in the mix for the Extreme CAW Wrestling Championship. Never once has he held that title. Tonight he looks to gain that next step towards the gold he has always worked so hard for, the ECW Championship. He will have to go through that man right there, NANOOK of the North, and of course the other 2 men, Tyrant and Brent, who had words exchanged earlier tonight. What a match this is going to be, folks. I don't even know who's going to be eliminated first. Here he comes now. The 3rd out of the 4 contenders here tonight. A man who has held gold for a very short period of time, and that, of course, is Tyrant. Coming out at the very beginning of our night, folks. Laying down a challenge, like it's been done so many times before, to his arch rival Brent, saying that he would have to go through him tonight to get that number one contendership spot. Once again, folks, it looks like we will be seeing another carving in the long-time saga of Tyrant versus Brent. obviously has his sights set on the gold, as he always does as well. Here comes the man who has been, I can't even deny it, folks, Brent has got the short end of the stick when it has come to title opportunities in the past couple events. Just last episode, episode 10, Brent nearing a victory. So close to nearing a victory on the ECW champion metaphor. When the lights went black and we heard an eerie female voice say something along the lines of, "Do you want to play hide and seek?" Now I would assume that is metaphor's way of toying with Brent mentally, getting into his head a little bit. But on the flip side, you can't argue that if the lights hadn't have gone off at that point in time, would Brent be our world champion as of right now, and would Metaphor be competing in this fatal four-way match here tonight if that hadn't have happened? It makes you wonder, folks. It really does. Love him or hate him, I certainly don't like him. Brent is one of the top superstars in ECW as well, ladies and gentlemen. He's been on top since he got here. He took the man who showed up only a few episodes ago, took him out of action for years and years and years, only to make his return a few episodes ago. That man is, of course, Tank. But that is not in Brent's head tonight. That is number one contendership, as he goes right for the man who interrupted his talk earlier tonight, and Tyrant. So here we go. This is going to be a handful to call for sure, ladies and gentlemen, but I will do my best. Tyrant going up against Brent to kick off this match, and Papu going up against NANOOK of the North. Also, not the first run-in NANOOK of the North and Papu have had in Extreme CAW Wrestling. 4 absolute monsters here in the ring. This is an elimination match, no disqualification. Falls count anywhere. No, I don't think falls count anywhere. Excuse me, that's my mistake. Have to be pinned in the ring, folks. Pin has to happen in the ring. All of these superstars not known to use weapons. I guess if it calls for it, weapons will be drawn here. Get what they want to get most. That is that ECW championship. Now the Royal Rumble itself will be the main event at Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time in Extreme CAW Wrestling history, the world title match will not be our main event. Rather, will be the sub-main event. So going into the Royal Rumble match, whoever loses that match will become an entrant into the Royal Rumble match. So if one of these superstars is able to defeat Metaphor and become the new Extreme CAW Wrestling champion at Royal Rumble, Metaphor will be entered into the Royal Rumble as a competitor. It's not too bad of a deal. You get another shot at it, but you also have to have 2 matches in one night. And that kind of sucks. Here we go. Still Tyrant and Brent still going at it. NANOOK and Papu still going at it. Oh, and now Brent is removing a turnbuckle, and they're a guillotine to NANOOK of the North. That's got to take the airs out of your lung faster than a tub full of water, folks. Now NANOOK throwing Papu into the corner here. Kicking him down. Brent in the top corner there against Tyrant, shoulders to the gut. NANOOK fighting back in the bottom corner there, and now Brent throwing Tyrant into that exposed turnbuckle, trying to take advantage any way he can. The ref, whether he saw it or not, doesn't matter. And now Brent, of course, going to be the first one to go for a weapon. Papu now following suit, and now Tyrant doesn't know where he is. Just got hit in the back with a chair. Oh, look at this. Oh, look, wait a second. A DDT onto the chair. And that could put Tyrant away right here, right now. 2, no. Tyrant not going down without a fight. None of these men going down without a fight. And now Papu in the ring, and a belly-to-belly suplex. Papu going flying. NANOOK of the North with a belly-to-belly. The sheer strength, and now we got a pin here against Brent. No, just a 2 count. Oh, and now, wait a second. NANOOK of the North's head just slammed off of that chair. Papu taking out his legs there, and NANOOK of the North's head just slammed off that steel chair in the middle of the ring. Oh, and now, wait a second. The Samoan spin coming out of nowhere onto the chair. NANOOK of the North just got the first finisher of the match handed to him. And Papu, wow! Papu has just eliminated NANOOK of the North with 1 Samoan spin. Seemed to be enough. Feeling pretty good about himself. Now look at this, Papu feeling good indeed, trying to steal that pin from Tyrant there. So now there is 3. Wow, I still can't believe what I just saw. NANOOK of the North getting pinned by Papu. That is a feat in itself. Did not think NANOOK of the North would be the first elimination from this match, to be honest with you folks. And here we go. 3 pioneers left here in the ring. And now Tyrant, oh no, Tyrant seemingly setting up for a Dominator, but Brent looking at Tyrant right in the eyes as he sets Papu up for a jackhammer. And there it is, folks. 1, 2, 3. That's not going to win the match for Brent, but it surely is going to get him closer. And look at these two staring each other down. Who would have thunk it? Tyrant and Brent, oh, onto the chair. Brent's back right onto the chair now. Tyrant and Brent. Shocker. These 2 are the final 2, and now are competing for the #1 contendership after Brent just stole a Dominator away from Tyrant as if to send a message and say, hey, it's going to be me and you, buddy. Once again, it's going to be me and you. So here we go. Once again, Tyrant and Brent going at it right here in Extreme CAW Wrestling's ring. Episode 11, main event. The winner of this match will go on to face Metaphor at Royal Rumble. The stakes have never been higher before now, ladies and gentlemen. Brent wants it bad, but so does Tyrant. Can he finally get that pin off on Brent that he's been wanting for so long? Now he's got him in another choke here, and he's got it locked in. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, folks. He's got... Oh, wait a second. The lights have just gone off again. Come on. The lights have just gone off in the arena once again.
Do you want to play hide and seek?
Oh, and there's that voice again.
I'll find you.
Something is happening here, folks. Mother has spoken. Has just come up on the Jumbotron. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. It would seem like Metaphor is coming down to the ring here. It's not his music, though. Oh, and that's not Metaphor. That's not HALE. Who the hell is that? Who the hell is this, folks? This female is coming down to the ring. Tyrant and Brent are on the outside of the ring. Hit the deck when the lights went off. What the hell is going on here? You've heard this music before. Oh my god, look at her face. Who the hell is this? She's picking up a microphone and see what she has to say. Her name. Minions. Wait a second. Metaphor was talking about somebody else when he said mother needs to be awakened. She's responsible for bringing Metaphor back? And HALE? What? Oh my god! Oh my god! The lights literally just flashed off and flashed back on, and there is HALE and Metaphor standing right in the ring with her. How the hell did she do that? The Ministry of Blood? What? Leandrin apparently has been controlling Metaphor and HALE the entire time? And here I thought Metaphor was in charge. What the hell? My mind has been blown here, folks. What is going on? Oh yeah, DOA. Metaphor has called in Mother. Wow. Wait a second. Leandrin hears Tyrant's music. He's getting the hell out of Dodge. Tyrant and Brent still on the outside of the ring. She's just disappeared now. But Metaphor and HALE are still in the ring. And look at this. Tyrant and Brent working together. They are absolutely fed up with their matches not finishing and not going through. And they're actually working together here against the Ministry of Blood. Oh, HALE just taking a guillotine to the throat. And now the ECW champion is about to get worked on by both Tyrant and Brent. Both of them, I assume, are fed up with their matches being completely caught off guard. But what the hell have we just been introduced to here, folks? An absolute bombshell of an announcement. Leandrin, the Mother of Blood, the Mother of Darkness, has just revealed herself as the leader. And look at this, Brent getting pulled off by Tyrant. Oh, but wait a second, pulled off for a Dominator. Of course Tyrant is not going to work and play well with him. Look at the scattering of bodies all over the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrant, tonight, after the bombshell of an announcement, has come out on top. But what does that mean for the Royal Rumble? Who is the #1 contender for the ECW Championship? Holy moly, that remains to be seen, ladies and gentlemen. We have so much to figure out. We still have episode 12 before the big CPV that we have announced, Royal Rumble, here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So much more to figure out, so many more matches to figure out, and who will be challenging Metaphor for the Extreme CAW Wrestling Championship at Royal Rumble. All of this and more to come on episode 12, ladies and gentlemen. D-League episode 7 coming very soon and in your face, ladies and gentlemen. We will be announcing that very soon, but in the meantime, hold tight because we got plenty more Extreme CAW Wrestling to come. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching episode 11. This, of course, is Mick McMichaels, and we will see you soon. Take care.